Good evening, Clicksters. I hope you're having a great day. It's my pleasure to welcome you all to the Cliqtrix webinar. Let's dive into today's agenda. First, we'll start with a quick introduction to Zoho Cliq and its core features. From there, we'll explore how Click can benefit businesses by streamlining communication and enhancing productivity. I'll then provide a deep dive into Click Platform, covering internal components and what makes it so versatile. We'll also look at the latest features and extensions available on the platform with ideas on how you can enhance these extensions, which you're going to build for the competition. Like you will be using all the internal components in Zoho Cliq platform to build your Click extension or your sales IQ robot or whatever use case you're preferring. Moving forward, we'll discuss how to identify use cases that are best suited for Zoho Cliq, followed by a live demo where we can showcase an example use case where I will explain each internal component in detail. So let's get started. To introduce Zoho Cliq, let's break down into three C's: communication, collaboration, and customization. When it comes to communication, Zoho Cliq is a secure communication platform for businesses that combining messages, voice, video, and phone calls all in one place. Teams can use instant messaging, make calls, send voice and video messages, and hold live events. When it comes to collaboration, Click makes teamwork very easy with features like channels for group discussion, meetings for real-time collaboration, and presence indicator to see who's available or who's went for a short break or who's in a do not disturb mode, etc. It's designed to keep everyone on the same page and boost productivity. When it comes to customization, Click can be tailored to fit your team needs. You can personalize your settings, create internal tools to automate your tasks, which we are going to see in detail, integrate other apps, and even schedule messages. This flexibility makes sure that Click teams work smarter and stays organized. So, with these three pillars, that is the three C's, Click creates a powerful environment for both structured and flexible teamwork. So let's have an overview of the Zoho Cliq platform and then we can explore the components related to Zoho Cliq platform in detail. The Click Developer Platform equips you with the tools to customize Zoho Cliq according to your needs. Think of Click as the canvas and the developer platform as your paint with which you can enhance it by adding your features. Who knows, you are capable of creating masterpieces like Mona Lisa and lot more. And you can also automate tasks, connect Click with other applications to streamline your workflow. This platform is powered by Deluge, Zoho's user-friendly scripting language that saves your time. Using the Click Developer platform, you can create customized solution and personalize your Click experience. So you have different types of internal components in Click platform. So when it comes to the user interface, bots, slash command, message action, widgets, and forms. So these are the components with which you are going to interact or the users are going to interact with your integration. When it comes to the computational interface, for the user interface components to run, you obviously need a backend or a tool to support the functionalities of the user interface tools. So connections, functions, and schedulers come in place. So manage both the user interface as well as the backend tools which you need for the components to run. You obviously need storage, right? So that is where our Click platform databases come in handy. So before explaining about all the internal components, let me introduce Click's message builder. Click, despite being a messaging platform, we have different styles and templates with which you can customize your messages. To script a message with buttons and custom fields would be very appealing, but it would also be a very it's a Herculean task. So this is where our message builder comes in place. Message Builder is a low-code, user-friendly graphical interface with which you can construct messages anywhere you want. You can navigate to the Click Message Builder by navigating to the URL click.zoho.com/message builder, or if you hover to any internal components in Zoho Click, such as the slash command or the bot, when you go to the editor at the top right corner, you can navigate the message builder and the form builder, which I'm going to explain in some time. So you can locate the message builder there as well. So the first component of the day, functions. Functions are structured piece of code using which you want to execute an action or a task. For example, let's take the case of poll bot. So Uh, Consider a case where you want to post a message where you want to record the answers for a team trip or something. So if you want to collect the votes or something, you can add instant buttons or message card buttons which is present in the message filter to record the votes. So you need to record the votes and populate the results, right? This is where you have to create a function. So in this in the function, you will actually count the number of votes and populate the results after a specific amount of time. So when a user clicks on any button, the function associated with it will be invoked to give a response. There are three types of functions which is supported in Click. First is the function for buttons. So actions that you need to be invoked with the help of a buttons are known as button functions. For example, like take the case where you have a message card which displays the list of issues from your code repository or something. Like if you want to view a detailed information about that particular issue, you can have a button where users can click that button, and upon clicking, you can view and you can have a detailed information related to that issues. So this is where button functions comes in handy. This might sound uh, too conversational oriented. I'll also explain you with a demo in some time as well. So moving on to form functions. Form functions are used to collect multiple responses from a user as an input and perform the action in one go. For example, if you want to like create an issue in a code repository, or if you want to like create a task in any task management tool, you need to fetch information from the users, right? So this is where form functions comes in handy. So before form function, let me introduce the form builder. So a form builder is the drag and drop graphical interface where you can design forms very easily. Instead of scripting and taking more time to design forms, you can use the form builder to design your forms. Let me show you with an example. So this is your form builder. You can drag and drop the fields which you want. So these are basic fields, and we also have a native fields where, in case if you want to like populate the list of channels which you have in your Click account, or you can even have your own drop downs with which you can populate your own options. And so all these form fields, you can just drag and drop these fields to the center, and you can also if you over to view code, you can see the view code for the form. You can copy the form code and use it in your integration wherever it's required. If you want to view the preview of the configured form, you can just click the preview button. So this is how your form will look like. So this makes designing forms and Click more easier. Next is the slash command. Slash commands are shortcuts with which you can perform actions like pulling or pushing a data from any external service in any chat. Let me explain the concept of slash commands with an example. If you type slash, the list of slash command present in your account will be populated like this. Let's use the slash chat GPT. So before populating the response from OpenAI, in this case we have posting a privacy consent message to make sure that we process data on the proactive request of ChatGPT extension by the authenticated user. So to achieve this, we have to like invoke the slash command, and you can provide the action which you want to perform with the help of the slash command in this code editor. Databases. To manage integrations and to perform to store, sync, and work with data seamlessly, this is where Click databases come in handy. With these Click databases, you can perform any CRUD operations with easy access. We have so you can locate the database by navigating to bots and tools. Go to databases. Just provide a unique name and description. So these are the field types which is supported in Zoho Cliq platform databases. So up to 5 text fields and 5 number fields are supported. Like when it comes to names and like an issue name or a project name or any type of non-unique information can be stored with the help of text field type. And when it comes to unique numbers like private key in a database, you can use the number text field. So in case of handling like sensitive information like the extension token, you can use the encrypted text, or like if you have any API key which you need to store in our Click platform database, you can use the encrypted text, which where the data will be hidden. And you can also use Boolean data types in case of handling logical operations. Also, you have a large text field, which you can have only one large text field per database. This supports up to 500 text characters in a database. So in case of storing large responses, you can use the large text database. After creating a database, upon clicking, you can see the list of scripts with which you can execute with the database, like all the CRUD operations, like adding a record, fetching the list of record, getting a record, updating a record, and deleting a record. All the operations with respect to a database are listed over here. Bots. So bots are a virtual assistant with which you can use as a conversational uh, interface to perform various action. For example, if you want any notifications to be posted when you perform an action, or if you want to bring in any information from a third party services to Zoho Cliq automatically, you can use bots. So bots has various handlers such as the message handler, welcome handler, mention handler, etc. Each handler has a specific purpose. For example, if you want to welcome the users who is going to install a subscriber integration, you can provide the response in welcome handler and all for the users to have a view at the welcome message. And when a user mentions the bot in any chat, if you want to perform any action with that mention, you can specify the responses in the mention handler. And also you have menu handler for the bot, similar to that of our options in our mobile phones. Let me show you with an example as well. So this is a e-commerce bot named Zacto Stores. So we have three menu actions: notification, stock request, and product details. So based on the type of use case, you can support up to 5 menu actions. Make sure the bot menu actions are relatable to a use case. Since Zacto Stores is an use case related to e-commerce, I have created the menu actions relatable to the e-commerce use case. Let's say in case if you want to request a stock, so you can have a click form where you can have the requester's name to be entered, a developer drop down to choose the location, and this is a catalog input in forms where if you want to visualize your options more efficiently in an appealing manner, you can use catalog inputs. Here you can provide description for a form option. You can also provide a thumbnail to showcase the product, etc. So in these cases, you can use catalog input. And let's say I'm just adding a custom note to say that I want products to be delivered within 2 days. Requesting. Stock request has been raised. So a few slides back, I had explained the concept of form functions, right? So after submitting the form, uh, like say like after submitting the stock request form, I have to specify the form function up in this bot menu action. Let me show you the code so that you can have a So upon submitting all this information related to that stock, these responses will be obtained in the form function which I had provided. So using those response, we can populate the message as per our needs. So that is how we have like posted the stock request message. We also have a product detail bot one action which showcases the information related to the products. So these messages were designed using the Cliq message builder. So if ever you're picking an integration with any use case, make sure the responses are as appealing as possible to the user. So we also have another since most of your integrations might have options or features to support notifications or alerts inside Cliq, you can use the toggle button in forms to make sure it's very easy for the users to choose the type of notification they want. Like instead of like requesting the users to enable notification for all events, you can give you can lend the user to choose the type of notifications they need. Like they can customize the notifications which they want using toggle buttons. So these types of tailored workflows you can configure with bot menu actions. Next is the schedulers. So consider a case where you want to post task updates, or you want to follow up with the client lead, or you want to receive reports related to your financial quarter, etc. You cannot like expect every time to go manually configure a reminder and or manually go like specify the time to post the report messages. So to minimize manual workflow, you can use Cliq schedulers. Let me show you with an example as well. Yeah. So to create a scheduler, navigate to schedulers option under bots and tools, specify the name and description, and you have uh, recurring period. So this is where you can customize the executions of the scheduler based on your needs. For example, under daily, you have multiple options like repeats every. So if you want a scheduler to repeat every 1 or 2 days, or if you want to repeat on every 4 days, you can specify over here. And if you want to execute the scheduler at a specific time, you can specify the time over here. You can also provide the time zone on at which the scheduler needs to be executed. And also you have a parameter called ends. So this ends attribute has three options. One is never. So if it by default never will be chosen. So never makes sure that the scheduler runs endlessly in a loop. It never stops. So if you want a scheduler to stop after like a few executions, like say 5 or 6 executions, you can provide the option values after. So you can specify the number of occurrences after which the scheduler can stop. You also like say a case where you want to stop the execution of the scheduler on a specific date. In that case, you can choose the option as on. Here you can provide the date. So all the scheduler executions will run until this specified date. So we also have different recurring period types like weekly, monthly, and yearly. Here you can specify any day, or you can specify a specific week, or you can also specify uh, a specific month, etc. Or else, if you in a case consider a case where you want to execute the scheduler only on Mondays and Wednesdays and Fridays, you can use the weekly recurring period option. So these are schedulers for you. So the concept of widget is that if you want, you can showcase all the important data and functionalities from different apps that you use every day inside Zoho Cliq. Consider this as a customized interface, like a dashboard or a home page where you want to visually present the data inside Cliq. The main idea of widgets is that it reduces the concept of switching multiple tabs. So instead of switching to different tabs to fetch issues in one tab, or if you want to fetch the analytics data of your particular application in some other tab, you can bring all these information and data together inside Cliq itself. So let me explain the concept of widgets with an example. So this is our inventory management app called Zacto. So this is an e-commerce application where users can choose products and they can add to their cart and they can manage their stock. They can also configure alerts, etc. So instead of like navigating to a different tab where the products are listed, you can list the products with the images and description under inside Cliq widgets itself. So for this, we have used Cliq widget cards. So this is gallery type where the cards will be stacked one under the other. If you want the products to be in a scrollable banner, you can use the carousel card type. So consider a case where you want to view the details of the product in a brief manner. So you have a button to view. So upon clicking view, you can view the detailed information of the product. You can also add details such as the cost price, selling price, and the supplier who has like linked the warehouse for this product, etc. And see, this is called as breadcrumbs. So you can use breadcrumbs in widgets for navigation purposes. And like say if you want to locate any stores of the e-commerce product, you can use the map tickers in widgets. Here you can use specific tickers to pinpoint a particular location, and you can also locate them inside the Cliq widget itself. So for each sticker, you can provide a minimal description. In my case, I have indicated it with the number of products that have been utilized in the inventory management app. So coming back to analytics tab, here the product sales and the number of products that has been sold in the overall months has been listed over here. I'll explain this slide in detail when we come to a different slide. Message action. So you might have experienced message action in your day-to-day life, such as copying to clipboard, or like or trimming a specific part, or screenshotting, etc. You have come across these are like default actions which you have performed in daily life. When Cliq, we support customized actions which you can perform on a specific message, such as uploading a file to your storage platform, or adding a message as a note in CRM, or creating a bug in projects. You can perform these actions on a message using Cliq message action. Connections act as a bridge between a third-party application and Zoho Cliq. So, in case of fetching data, or if you want to upload any data from Zoho Cliq to a third-party application, this is where connection comes in place. Connections are an easy interface to connect. It supports OAuth 2.0, and we have up to 80 default service connections in Cliq. And also, you can create custom service connections as well. Cliq extensions. Cliq extensions are simple applications built on the Zoho Cliq platform that customize Cliq with additional functionalities based on requirements. For example, all these internal components which we saw throughout this session, all these internal components bundled together is known as a Cliq extension. So before moving into the demo, we have like introduced a few latest features in our Cliq platform, which will be essential for you to develop the integration, and you can fine tune your integration according to the market's needs using the newest features in Cliq. So one of such features is the unfold handler. You might have you might experience sharing links across every chat. So instead of just showing the hyperlink alone, you can show more information. You can personalize your link unfolding experience by adding custom actions, and you can trigger workflows from that custom actions as well. So instead of just showing the hyperlink alone, you can also show a description of the link that is shared. Consider a case where you're using uh, you might have seen I'm been highlighting the code repository use case repeatedly. So say you have created an issue in GitLab. So if you're discussing about a particular issue in a Click channel, you can copy that. When you're copying the issue to that link and pasting it that channel, it will be very easy to show the details of the issue upon while sharing the link itself. So these workflows can be performed using our unfold handler. So I'll also show this with the example of Arate. So so I'm just navigating to a Zoho Click channel in Arate. I'm just copying this message link. So consider a case where you have announcements to post information related to Zoho Click. So up, upon pasting the link, see, you can have a detailed preview of the link that is shared. This is not just with information related to a product or something. This unfold handler will come in and handy when it comes to meeting links. Let's say I've scheduled a meeting for the D-Day, which you participants might are about to reach in few weeks. So I'm just sharing that meeting link in any chat. So instead of sharing the link alone, which just is a mere uh, hyperlink, you can show the detailed information upon sharing the link itself. And you can also configure action buttons for the shared uh, link. So up to 5 action buttons are support to an unfold preview response. So in this case, I have a action button where you can set a reminder within Click itself. So this is how unfold handler comes in handy. Bot call handler. So in case of crisis situations, you can trigger automated bot calls, and also you can control on how your bot responds to different call states and events. So let's take an example where a serious issue or an escalation has happened. So you cannot expect every time a person needs to be monitoring a specific an incident or a mishap that is yet to happen. So uh, in case of you can alert with a message as well, but even more uh, even more highlight in a highlighted manner, you can alert that uh, particular engineer with the help of bot calls. So you can trigger bot calls using Click REST API. And in the bot calls, you can also configure action buttons with the where users can perform the tailored needs according to the action buttons. And also some based on the users event. For example, if the user has not attended the call, or if the user is in online, or if the user's personal status is busy, you can customize the response based on the user's state using the call handler. Let's see this benefits of call handler with an example. So I consider a a helpline, a healthcare organization where you have a channel to report emergency cases. We cannot expect the physician or the doctor to be present with the patient every time. So the frontline worker can alert the duty doctor with the help of slash command. So upon invoking the slash command, the frontline worker can choose the patient where the patient's name, their details along with their ailment information is listed. So upon clicking alert, On clicking alert, a bot call is triggered to the user, where the user can perform uh, the tailored needs according to the action buttons present in the bot call. And also you can monitor the calls in history, like hovering over to direct calls. You can see the bot call that has come. You can view the transcript of the bot call. I'd say so the automated message which was dictated during the bot call will be listed over here. You can also have the action buttons where you can view the details of the patient. You can the doctor can leave a message to the patient. The doctor can acknowledge or delegate it to a next available doctor. So all these tailored needs can perform using action buttons in bot calls. And graphs. Uh, this is a component which comes under widgets and messages. So Clicksters, you might have use cases where you need to populate a detailed report, or you need to post brief stats about the usage of your integration. So all these informations can be shown in a more visibly virtually presentable manner. So you can use the click charts and graphs for this. So I'll show a demo of that as well. So in my inventory management use case, I need to list out the sales stats and the uh, product inventory information under a single tab. So I can use the click widget charts and graphs for viewing the statistics. So there are two types of uh, analytics or statistic components is supported in Zoho Cliq. One is the charts. So under charts, you have a pie chart, a donut, and a semi-donut. So upon hovering to the individual elements in the pie chart, you can see the value or the frequency of which the products have been sold. You can disable specific uh, product listings in the chart as well. You have the you can use the trend graphs to monitor or track sales of products based on the date. And you also have the graph with slider where you can zoom in to make sure you view specific stats in a detailed manner. So feel free to use charts and graphs in your integrations, Clicksters. Okay, so now comes the important part. So every great solution starts with identifying the problem. Like say you are managing a shopping app and you notice customers often abandon their carts. So this is a huge pain in e-commerce, right? So users might get distracted, they might experience payment issues, or they lose track of what they have added. So pinpointing a problem is the first step in designing a solution that genuinely meets the user's needs. So when it comes to integrations in Click, these are the best practices which would like to suggest. So make sure the application that you're going to pick supports REST API, and inclusion of webhooks for real-time notifications would be an added advantage because Click being a communication platform, it would be really essential for users and customers to have real-time alerts. Like say, like imagine you're having a task management tool when any updates related to task has, such as the status has been changed, or if one of your team member has added a comment to a specific task, you need to get updated in real time, right? So in this case, webhooks will be a very added advantage. And also pick an application with OAuth 2.0 authentication, because when it comes to API token, user has to navigate to the third-party service, generate the token, copy the token, and then should come back to click paste the token and then authenticate. So this is a tedious process, right? So the main motto of Clicksters or any developer is to make sure that users' experience is minimized. So you need not pick a third-party application every time. You can also pick a native integration, a customized solution instead of surfing for third-party applications. Native integrations, I mean, the use case which I explained a few minutes back, like the Zactive e-commerce application, or an application called as Medi Assist, where frontline workers can notify doctors to for immediate assistance, or you can have a internal tool where users or members can uh, like record their issues for the support engineers, etc. And so, these are the suggestions which I would like to propose while picking a use case. So let me explain on in detail with an example for selecting an apt use case. So after checking, so the first step is to identify a problem. So after identifying the problem, we have to make sure we have to find the best fit solution with the platform's internal components. Like say in case if for an e-commerce application, if an order if a product's order uh, has been dried out, or if the product's stock is has been utilized completely, you can use a scheduler to notify that the inventory is getting low in beforehand. For example, like you might have seen in Amazon that uh, three more products left or two more products left. So these information will make sure that the user will engage with the integration more easily. Also have like say once you pick the solution, it's time to decide on the best way to implement it. Like say reminders or an email or quick message on the app's homepage when they log back in, etc. For example, notifications are timely. I can configure bot calls to indicate that product has been utilized like that. Also, provide necessary calls to action. Let's say you're using a notification to remind customers of their cart. An information like complete your purchase now can lead them directly back to checkout. This way, they don't have to search or get distracted. So make sure you have buttons and or forms or any form of user interface component to make sure the engagement of the user with the integration is is very engaging. Let me show you with an example of Google Calendar. So in Google Calendar integration, all the events present in your calendar will be listed in the widget. So like say if you want to update a particular event. So when you click on the button, it should make sure that the previous information of the event is hard coded to the form. So in this way, user doesn't have to know which doesn't have to wonder which event is going to update or not. So just pass the values of the previous event to the form, so user can update it directly. Like say if he wants to update the start time or the end time, he can also add the invited guests, etc. And also when it comes to widget, I would like to suggest that let's add a help tab where users can know the list of integrations, list of features your integration supports. So this will make sure that user need not to refer the creator or an external help document to know the features of the extensions use case. Adaptation of latest trends. Since AI is very booming, we would like to suggest to use latest trends in your integration. Like say, consider you're making a knowledge repository bot where users can record their blogs, content in detail inside the bot and can share that to any user in real time. So instead of requesting the user to draft on their own, you can add AI prompts so that the user can you can draft the content in an easier manner. So all these steps would make sure that the user has a hassle-free experience. So these are the key points and steps I would like to suggest on selecting an app use case. So we'll have a short demo on how to create a Click component and bundle them as an extension. Like say, let's create a slash command. So you can locate the slash command by navigating to the top right corner. Under bots and tools, you have all the components listed over here. You can select a particular component which you want to create. Like say we'll go with bots. So let me create a bot which will with which you can report issues, like say issue. You can provide a creative description. And under access level, you have three different types. So uh, for an app like Zoho Cliq, you have to uh, make sure that the access level of a bot must be specified. Like in case if you want the bot to be accessible across the whole organization, or if you want a specific teams to only to interact with the bot, you can choose over here. And you can also select the options to allow the users to add the bot in any channel, etc. And for bot calls, you have to enable this checkbox to make sure it triggers during critical situations. So once you create the bot, so these are the list of handlers with which you can perform specific needs. As I said earlier, if any user mentions the bot in any conversation, the responses which you want to create can be specified in the mention handler. And in case of managing responses based on users call states or events, you can use the call handler. So menu handler is where you can add up to 5 shortcut actions. So you can also choose the icons for each menu action. Make sure you choose icons according to your use case. So since ours is a issue reporter bot, let me choose a app icon. Let's say we'll add this plus icon, let's say add issue. You can also choose a color. Try to make sure that the experience of the user is as appealing as possible, and also it minimizes the effort of a user. So after adding a bot menu action, you can edit the response of the bot menu action inside the editor. So this is how the editor of a specific Click internal component looks like. So you can see the message builder and form builder over here. So like when the user subscribes to the bot, if he wants to add an issue, you need to know the type of issue which he wants to add. You need to know the intricate details of the issue which he wants to report. So you cannot expect the user to send a detailed response, right? So instead of requesting the user to send a large response, you can populate a form where the user can specify uh, his issue. We have a multi-line field, and we also add a drop down to denote the severity of the issue. And we also add a field to know the date of issue. So upon clicking, like after dragging the form field elements to the center, we have to click the specific field, and you can add the label names. Let's say issue name, issue description. Uh, while while creating forms, make sure you specify the unique names as relatable to the form field. Like say issue disk. You can also specify whether this form field needs to be mandatory or not. You can also add the maximum length this field needs to support. So under drop down, so developer defined drop down is in case if you have like minimal options like 5 to 6, you can use the developer defined option. In case of options more than 20 or 30, where you want users to search and locate a particular element in a drop down, you can use the dynamic select element. So here you can label it as severity. Select the name as severity. We'll have like mark the this form field as mandatory. And if you want users to choose multiple options, you can use the you can check this box to record multiple options from the user. date of issue occurrence. So I've configured all the form elements uh, which I want to populate to the user. You can have a preview here. Also here you can edit the form's title and the hint which you want to display under the form title over here. So add issue. So the name which you specify here is really important because this is the name which you need to. This name will come in handy while configuring in form submit handler. To provide the form function name over here, let's say we'll have form function name add issue from Cliq. So just hover to view code, copy code. You can minimize this by clicking hide. So after copy pasting the code, you just need to add a statement called return so that upon executing this menu action, a form will be invoked. You can also provide icons, like just make sure the experience of the user is as appealing as possible. So you can locate the menu actions over here. So upon clicking button action, you can see the icon which we have specified along with the type of menu action. So upon clicking add issue, users can add their responses, but this is not the end. We have to uh, specify the function that needs to record all the responses which a user needs to add, right? So after configuring the form, you can copy the function name which you have provided, navigate to functions, go to create function, paste that function which you have provided in the form. You can add a description to make sure it looks unique because you might create a lot of functions with your integration. Say, to obtain responses from the clip. The function type that you needs to provide is form. So you'll have a default code. So you can remove the default code and before getting to know about form function and submit handler, let me introduce about deluge object references. So under each handler, you will have a list of core objects that you find across all components, such as if you want to know the details of the user or if you want to know the chat ID, or if you want to know the details of the message from which the component has been invoked. So these details will be present in each handler. So according to so for form functions, you will have a if you see form. So in this object, you'll have all the you'll have the form name along with the values that has been submitted. So can I show you this with an example? You can locate the values that has been submitted by the user by hovering to the debug logs. So this is where you will get to know the executions inside functions or any Cliq component. So to know know what info has been submitted, to know what action has been performed, for debugging purposes, you can use the info keyword. So on at 7:13, I submitted the form to obtain the issue details. Upon viewing the execution response, you can see this is the uh, data that has been submitted by the user. So using this data, you can configure the responses according to your needs. Like say, you'll just construct a message which says your issue has been recorded. We'll resolve it as soon as possible. Add buttons like say said earlier, you can add buttons uh, to make sure the message card looks more actionable. Based on your use cases, you can add. So you can after like constructing the message over here, you can go to you can view the JSON or the dilute script under of the constructed message over here. Just copy it. So upon form submission, uh, we need to post a message saying that the user has been recorded. So that you need to configure in the form function under form submit handler. You have more handlers like form change handler, dynamic field handler, etc. So form change handler will be useful when you want to update the form fields based on the previous form fields input. Like say, for example, I'll show you. Upon choosing severity, if you want to populate more fields, these handling and these workflows can be configured in the form change handler. So this is how you can create a click components. And also before, if you want to create it as an extension, you need to bundle all the components that you have created, right? So that consider a case where you have to create an extension, say issue report. We have to provide a description to provide an icon. I can select the components that need to bundle, say, addition. So your extension is all set and ready.